I learned from those 12 years in boarding school. So that's what I'm going to be preaching. And this is where it becomes interesting that the religion that we know today is just what the scholars who went to boarding schools or went to these institutes are just preaching. And that's what gets monopolized. As I start studying history, and I'm like, that's not what they did then. That's not what the culture is. And I sit there, I'm like, I can see through a lot of these scholars when they stand up on the pulpits and they start talking, or when they're standing up and giving their lectures. I'm like, Yuki, you first of all, you Googled half of this stuff. And secondly, you're just talking like a parrot from what you learn in your own traumatizing atmospheres or your own traumatic ideas, and you're just telling it to other people because you can't make sense of it yourself. So what's being preached and what's being promoted is just your version of Islam, when it's exactly that. It's your version based on your ideas and your interpretation. It's not a universal interpretation,
right?
And that gets monopolized. You have organizations like these major organizations who are going to hold conferences, and they become the political name of Islam. Right. And when the government is like, what's Islam? They're going to refer to these organizations. That's what shows up in the news. They're not representing Islam. They're just representing the opinions of their scholars. And now you have people, you have people that are Muslim who are like intersection. They're dealing with intersectionality, and these individuals, well, they can't have a say because, well, how can you be gay and Muslim? Or how can you be a queer and Muslim? Or how can you be homosexuality never existed in the history of Islam? Like, have you read about the Umayyads?
Right.
Have you gone through history? The Europeans would look at the Arabs and the Easterners, and they would be like, "Oh my God, they have so much homosexuality and sodomy going on over there." Like it's a narrative that's fed, and I was fed that narrative growing up. That's not only traumatizing, but you grow up to see that it's very excluding. You don't include anyone. You're just excluding everything. Everyone is gone. Everyone is out.
Yeah. That sounds like fundamentalism in a nutshell, whether it's related to Islam or Judaism or Christianity. It's a very narrow way. It's one interpretation, and that's what people end up seeing as representative of the whole. And it's not. It's a small piece of